Hey guys, this is just a quick video on how to oil and lubricate your airsoft gun or your real gun. Just depends, Alright, wait a minute. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you how to oil your gun. I'll use this as an example. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, I have this gun oiled actually pretty well, but I can add a little bit because it's been shot recently, so, it's a little bit messed up. So basically what you're going to want to do is rack your slide. At least I used to do it on this gun, this kind of gun, just so it's easier that you're hammerly back. You want to take off your slide, however, it applies to your gun. On this gun, you line up 2 points in 10 Power Limited Custom. I'll show you once I get, you take your pin out. You line up these 2 points, alright, and then you can pull that piece out, and you just take your slide off, alright, like so. Put that aside. Now you have your slide, like this, alright. Now, a lot of people just douse the gun in oil. You don't want to do that. I have my Hops 9 lubricating oil. This is for real guns. I use it because it's really good oil and I work good with real guns. So basically what I do is you take a little bit, you want to get your rod recoil spring. You just put a little bit like that in, it'll get on, it'll soak on nice and good. Now you can do that, and then you want to get your hot pump unit area. At least that's what I do, just so it works smooth. I just put a little bit on there and wipe it on. You don't want to get any oil inside the gas unit right here because that will mess up the gun. So you don't want to get any in there. So that's like a big no. And if you do it, you'll learn. So then what you want to do is, at least what I do, is I put a little oil. You see where the inner barrel and the outer barrel meet? I put some in there. Drip a little bit in there. I'm not taking the top of this gun off because this gun is really hard to fully disassemble. It's really irritating to get the recoil rod and recoil spring out. So then what you want to do is where your gun is going to rack onto where your slide's going to rack on your lower receiver. I'm going to do drips of oil. Just follow all the way down. Alright. And then follow all the way down. Alright, just a tiny bit. I'm going to put a little bit right here. Just wipe it on there. Where else do you want to put? On the side channel right here. I want to put a little bit on there. Alright. Again, you don't want to get any in this area. Alright, so then you put your slide aside. Take your little receiver, and you just want to add it where it's needed. So like this whole assembly right here, just drop a few drops of oil on the sides, just to make sure everything works good. It'll all soak in. You can in some trigger units. I'll just put a little bit on there for the spring, but you really don't need to. And then what you do is you don't need to put oil in this piece right here because you already have the oil from up here. So you take your slide, put it back on, and then take your piece, alright, now you can see it's nice and smooth. Then what I do is I take a little bit, I put it on the barrel, outer barrel up here, and then a little bit on the ejection port. Alright, wipe it in, and then what I'll do is I'll put a little bit on the inside right here. Alright, just put a drop, 1 drop, and then just kind of put it in with your finger. Make sure, just wipe it in here with your finger. Alright, at least that's what I do, to just make sure the sides are a little bit oiled. And then you just want to get a rag. I don't have one with me right now. Just get a rag and wipe off all the excess oil on the gun. You can see it's leaking out. That's what you'll have if you do a good job oiling it. And then after you oil it, you just take your rag and wipe it all down. Get all the excess oil off the gun. Here, I'll get one right now. in this case, just use an old sock. Alright? So, you just take a soft material, alright? Wipe your gun down. Sounds good. And if you're going to have a little bit of excess oil on the gun at all times, and that's good. It'll keep the gun in better shape. You just don't want it to be an overwhelmingly large amount. Alright. See that? Forgot one last thing. With my guns, especially if you have a double action gun, in my opinion, this is a single action, but I still like doing it because I feel that it helps the gun run smoother. But definitely if you have a double action pistol, I'm going to do a few drips of oil in the hammer assembly. Just like one there. And then just take the hammer back, drop one in. It'll just help it, cycle easier. Like if you have a Beretta, it'll really help. At least in my opinion, it'll just loosen that trigger pull by the tiny bit because it'll be nice and lubed up. So then you're good. You can see the thing on this gun, the ejection port on this gun is silvery. That's because the paint wore off. These guns don't have great paint jobs, but that's because they're airsoft guns. So that's really not what matters to me, at least. The paint, I don't care about the paint. So that's that. You can see that I'm just wiping all these excess oil off, but the gun functions really nice right now. It's really smooth. See how smooth that is. After you shoot your gun for a really long time, instead of oiling it, just take the gun down, take the barrel, the recoil rod, the recoil spring out, take it all out, and actually do a real thorough cleaning of the gun, because if the gun is like painted, chrome, whatever, or if not, if it's just like silver and they didn't do anything to it, the metal will still shave off slightly. You don't want those metal chips in your gun, because it's just gonna it's not good for the gun if you have little pieces in there. So eventually you will want to take the gun and do a full cleaning, and that'll keep it from like malfunctioning, and it'll keep it smooth, working a lot smoother. But right now I've only oiled this gun like 4 times. I've been shooting it a lot. It's really nice. Yeah, you definitely want to keep your gun oiled up, or you will get malfunctions, you'll get breaks, because these truly work like real guns. I mean, some parts from this gun I can swap out with a real gun part, and they'll work. Not just like outer accessories, like I can get sights from the real gun, put them on here, but even stuff like the recoil rod, I can get a recoil rod off the real Tanfog Leo Limited 40, pop it in here, and it'll work. It might be a little bit too heavy for the gun, but it will work. So it's just stuff like that sets these kind of things apart. Like you get those like plastic airsoft guns, and you don't need to oil those. You shoot those, and eventually they break. These should last you a long time, and they should work really well for you. But if you don't oil them, they won't last a long time at all. I mean, you won't get a life expectancy out of them if you don't oil them and don't take care of them. So these definitely aren't for like 5-year-olds or something. So nice freshly oiled gun. If you have any questions about where to get oil, I don't know why you would, but where to get oil, how to oil your gun, any tips, anything. I mean, I don't know what you need to know really. It's just common sense, but that's what the video is for. A few people who don't. So thank you. And subscribe, comment, questions, whatever. It's all good. And again, don't forget to oil up lube up your guns, because that's what'll keep them alive for a lot longer, and you'll be a lot happier with them. So, thanks.